Hello boys and girls, a very good morning and welcome to this live session as a part of the IBPS PO Prelims Exam Refresher Series brought to you by the partnership between Govt and TalentSprint. This is session number 3 as a part of this refresher series, and we are going to look at the reasoning ability section in this session today, right? We have already done with 2 sessions, one on quantitative aptitude and the other one on reasoning ability, which was held yesterday in the evening, and today's session will be on reasoning ability part 2, right? And immediately after this session at 2 p.m. What we'll have is the 4th session as a part of this series, and that is going to be on the English language, which will be taken up by my colleague Sylvia, right, from TalentSprint. So I hope your preparation for the IBPS PO exam is in high gear, right? You know that the exam is scheduled to begin from the 7th of October, so we have just about 2 weeks left for the first slot, right? And all those who have got their exam in the first slot must be really excited, and some bit of nervousness would be there, right? But don't worry, I think a little bit of nervousness is only natural. You should not be too worried about it, but don't let it become get to a stage of panic, right? Try and prepare as much as you can, try and practice as much as you can in the remaining days that you have for your exam, and also engage yourself in some hobby of yours so that you can keep yourself cool, calm and composed, right? Because remember that these competitive exams, especially bank exams, and within bank exams the preliminary exams, not just test your knowledge. It's not about your knowledge alone, it's about your state of mind, right? It's about your time management skills, it's about how you behave under pressure, right? What are these exams actually trying to test? If you can work really under pressure or not. You must have seen a lot of your friends or people who are very good in academics, but they fail to crack these exams. They are otherwise very good in quantitative aptitude and reasoning ability and English language, but they fail to clear such exams because they can't work under pressure. On the contrary, you might have also seen people who are average, who are not like exceptionally good in aptitude or reasoning ability or English language, but they crack these exams with ease because they have got that skill to handle pressure, right? They can work under pressure, they can manage their time really well. So knowledge alone is not going to help you. Don't be under an impression that this guy is really good in subject, so he'll definitely crack it. I'm not as good as him, I can't do it. No, it's not that you can't do it. If you believe you can do it, you will do it. If you believe you cannot, you will not. As simple as that. All right, so the point that I'm trying to make here or put forward here is that you have only a couple of weeks left for your exam now. So while practicing is really important, you should be practicing as much as you can and make the best use of this time that you have before your exam. But at the same time, also ensure that you don't think too much about the examination and make yourselves more nervous. All right, so that's, I think, one thing that I wanted to share before we get started today. I know a lot of you, or many of you will have your RRB exam today. It's unfortunate that the schedule has clashed with your RRB exam, but we could not find any other slot, right? We could have done it in weekdays in the evenings, right? Weekdays on Mondays to Friday in the evenings, but the challenge is for the TalentSprint students, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays are already blocked with their own 6 p.m. sessions, right? Students who have enrolled for TalentSprint program. So we could not do it on a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Saturday. So the only choice we had was Monday, Friday or mornings of Saturday. So Monday we had done 1 session, Friday we have done 1 yesterday, and today we are doing 2 more sessions, and next week again we'll continue. So apologies for the inconvenience caused to those who have their exam today and will not be able to participate. I could look at a few comments which said, I have my exam at 12:30. So guys, if you have got your exam at 12:30 today, the immediate thing that you should do is get out of this session, right? There's no point in participating in this session now. All the very best to all of you from the team TalentSprint and from the team Govt. We wish you the best. We hope you do well and come back to us for your mains exam preparation, right? If you have your exam today, I would strongly recommend not to be a part of this session and just move out, because remember, you have to keep yourselves relaxed, okay? And this session may only add to a little bit of nervousness because we may end up solving some questions which you have no clue about. Okay, so that's about it. So session number 3, as a part of the IBPS PO refresher series brought to you by GradeUp and TalentSprint, we will be looking at reasoning ability section today, and this will be in continuation to what we were discussing yesterday, right? Yesterday we had solved questions on circular arrangement, linear arrangement, a couple of questions on syllogisms. There was one question on coded inequalities. There was one question on ranking and ordering. So we had a good mix of questions. We will have a nice mix in the session today as well. So we can get started if you're all ready. And before that, if you have any general queries, you can put it through the chat box that you see here, and I'll love to address that. Yeah, glad to see that so many of you have joined the session. Right, Neha says my exam is tomorrow, right? We have Webhav. Good morning, Webhav, and many of you, right? Raju, Divya, Malbika Mohanty, Naveen Dharan, right? Bhagyashri, Krishnakant, Siddharth Chakraborty, Francis, Deepak, Naveen, right? We have Romsi. Romsi, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. You say that I am a beginner, so is this good for me? Well, for a beginner who has not done anything on reasoning till date, it might be a little difficult to follow what we are discussing here, because we will be solving questions which have been which have been found to be most difficult by the GradeUp community, right? If you want to learn the basics of all these concepts, you'll have to watch our videos on that, right? We have got thousands of videos, I think around 1038 videos for all the concepts of aptitude, reasoning, English, general awareness, banking, etc. All these are like 8-minute, 10-minute videos. Yeah. So should we start now? Yeah, I think a lot of you have confirmed that we can start. Amanjot Singh, Nilab, and many others there. So good, let me get started now. Present the first question to you all from the session today. Like I've said, we have a good mix here. Let's start with something on something to do with, let's say, arrangements. Yeah, I think we'll do more and more arrangements, because the one learning we had yesterday was a lot of you feel that there can be shortcut methods to complete arrangements very quickly, but the fact is, or the reality is, that the only shortcut to complete arrangements quickly is not to touch them at all, right? Just skip and go to the next one. Now for you to for me to make you realize that this really works, I'll have to take up a few questions. So let me start with something. Let's start something with something easy, ranking and ordering, and then we'll move to arrangements. So the first question for the reasoning ability session today is on your screens now. So what does it say? 7 players. Now look at the data first, right? It says study the information given below and answer the questions based on it. So 7 players, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G have scored different runs in a match, right? Have got different scores in a match. D scored more than at least one person, but not more than 2 persons. A scored more than G, but less than C and B. E scores the least runs. G scores more than F, who scores 42 runs. The one who scores the highest scored 100 runs, and the one who scores the third lowest scores 52 runs. So that's the data, and what follows is a couple of questions on this. Like if C scores 92, then what is the total score of D and B? If A scores 65, then what may be the score of G? So these are the 2 questions we have. Answering the question would be easy, but first of all, you need to arrange these 7 players based on their scores, right? Either ascending order or descending order. So I'll leave you with this data for a couple of minutes. Ideally 1 minute should be more than enough for you to crack this, but since we are connecting through a digital medium, I would give you 2 minutes. It would take a little bit of time for you to respond to the chat. So 2 minutes is what you have, and the clock starts now. We have Joshua, who says, I want yesterday's session. Joshua, don't worry, yesterday's session is available in our YouTube channel. You can search for TalentSprint's bank exam channel, YouTube channel on YouTube, of course on YouTube, and see the recorded archive of that session which we had yesterday. Yeah, and we have one feedback from Aishwarya Vyas who says, while we are solving the question, can you please stay quiet? Question करने में दिक्कत होती है फिर. हाँ, so you don't have to be sorry about this, Aishwarya. I totally understand कि दिक्कत होती होगी अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ तो. So I'll keep quiet for 2 minutes. ऐश्वर्या, मेरा प्रॉब्लम यही है कि जब मैं ऐसे चुप हो जाता हूँ, लोग समझते हैं कि ऑडियो में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. सो गाइज अंडरस्टैंड, ऑडियो में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद द ऑडियो. आई एम ट्राइंग टू बी क्वाइट सो दैट यू कैन फोकस एंड गेट द आंसर. You're done? Alright, so I think I've given you enough time. I hope all of you have got the answer. There will be some ambiguity for a couple of points here, because usually we have seen that in these questions, some part of the data is given in the question itself, right? The questions which are attached with this data. So let's try and complete the arrangement to the extent possible, and then we will look at the solutions, look at the questions. Okay, so let's start. Here we go. So the question here is, study the information given below and answer the questions based on it. See what it says. 7 players A, B, C, D, E, F and G have scored different runs in a match, right? So there are 7 persons A, B, C, D, E, F and G who have scored different runs in a match. D scored more than at least one person but not more than 2 persons. D scored more than at least one person but not more than 2 persons. Now this is an important point to be understood, right? See, you have understood that we have to arrange these 7 persons based on their scores. They have scored different runs in a match. We have to arrange them based on their scores. So let's try and arrange them in an order, right? Ascending or descending order. So what are the 7 positions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's assume we are arranging them in descending order, right? Let's take the descending order. You understand descending order, right? Highest first and lowest at the end. So we'll start from the highest and go to the lowest. So this end will be highest and this end is going to be the lowest, right? This end is going to be the lowest. Now, if you read the first point, it says D scored more than at least one person, but not more than 2 persons. What does it mean? See, D has scored more than at least one person, but not more than 2 persons. This tells us that there are only 2 possible positions for D. D can either come here or it can come here. You understand? These are the 7 positions. This is the lowest guy. D scored more than at least one person. So, D should be scoring more than at least one person, right? So, D cannot come in the last position, because if D comes in the last position, he will be scoring the least. He will not be scoring more than anyone. But for D to score more than at least one person, D should take second position. So, when D takes the second position, see, from the lowest end, if D takes the second position, he has scored more than one person. But not more than 2 persons. So at least one, it can be two also. Suppose D comes in this position, then D has scored more than these two persons. But can D take any other position there? No, not possible. Because the moment you take D elsewhere, like if you take D in this position, D has scored more than 3 persons, which is not allowed, right? Not more than 2 persons. So maximum D can score more than 2 persons. So I think we get 2 possible cases immediately, right? We can take up both of them. So what I'll do is I'll mark them differently, right? D can either come in the second position from the lowest end or third position from the lowest end, right? So D scored more than 1 person, D scored more than 2 persons. D cannot take any other position. Now A scored more than G but less than C and B. A scored more than G but less than C and B. So what does that mean? A has scored more than G. A has scored more than G but less than C and B. A has scored less than C and B. Now between C and B, what is the order? We don't know, but definitely A has scored more than G and A is lesser than C and B. So this is like a 4 persons set, C, B, A and G, where C and B will be greater than A and A would be greater than G, right? Now you have understood that we have got 2 cases. This is case 1 and case 2. If I look at case 2, or let's proceed first. Let's see what else is given. He says E scored the least runs. E scored the least runs. So E comes in the last position clearly, right? G scores more than F. G scores more than F. G has scored more than F. So G has scored more than F. You see, I can connect to the previous statement. G has scored more than F. G has scored more than F and F scored 42 runs. Who scores 42? Who is who here? F. We have discussed in the yesterday's session also, right? When you have the word who, we refer to the preceding person, right? We always refer to the preceding person. So G scored more than F. Who scored 42? Which means F scored 42. F has scored 42 and G has scored more than F. So now we have got a group of 5 persons, C, B, A, G, F, where the order should be this, right? The one who scores highest has scored 100 runs. The ones who score highest has scored 100 runs. And the one who scored the third lowest has scored 52 runs. Now, who's the highest scorer here? This person. I mean, whoever comes in this position. So this guy scored highest, 100. And the one who scored third lowest has got 52. Third lowest is 52. What do you mean by third lowest? See, this is lowest, second lowest, and third lowest. Third lowest is 52. So we know the highest value, we know the third lowest value, right? Lowest, second lowest, third lowest. Lowest, second lowest, and third lowest. That's it. This is the data we have. Right? Now, if you observe from 7 persons, D and E have already been marked. Remaining are A, B, C, F, G. A, B, C, F, G. And A, B, C, F, G, the order, the tentative order of their scores is as we see here. C, B, A, G, F. C, B, A, G, F. Now, if I look at the first case, the only way possible is C or B. See, between C and B, who comes first, who comes second, we don't know. Both of them are greater than A is greater than G, and G is greater than F, right? But we know that F has scored 42. Here, F is getting 52, right? This position is blocked for the one who has scored 52. The data says F has scored 42. So clearly this violates. So this is wrong. Case 1 is wrong. Try to do it in case 2. Again, the same point. We have got 5 positions left, and we know the order of these 5 persons, except for C and B. So C or B can come in the first place and second place. I mean, it will be CB or BC, depending on who has scored the highest. Then A, G, F. A, G, and F. And we are done. F has scored 42. It satisfies, right? 42 is lesser than 52. So this is the final arrangement. This is the final arrangement that we have got. The first 2 positions are occupied by C and B in some order. The highest scorer has got 100. Then A, G, D, F, E. D has scored 52. F has scored 42. That's it. Once you have done this, you can answer the questions very easily, right? So B or C, followed by A, followed by G, followed by D, followed by F, followed by E. All this would not take more than 1 minute in my view, right? Because I was explaining this to you, it has taken so much of time. When you do it yourself, you'll not write all this stuff on paper, right? You'll cut down the number of steps, you don't talk, and hence you get the answers really quick. Now let's look at the questions, right? The first one, if C scored 92 runs, then what is the total score of D and B? If, see, that's what I've told you, right? Some part of data is given in the question itself. If C has scored 92, then what is the total of D and B? Now go back. C has scored 92, he says. He's asking us to find out the total of D and B. D plus B is equal to what? See, clearly if C has scored 92, C will not come in the first position. C has to come in this position there, right? If C does not come here, B would be coming in the first position, which means B has scored 100. And what is D score? D score is 52. So what should be the total? 152. If C has scored 92, B has scored 100. B is the highest scorer. B has scored 100, D has scored 52. D and B total should be 152. So 152, option 2 is the answer. Yeah. I'm sure this is a sitter, right? Answering the question is very easy. Next one. If A scored 65 runs, then what may be the score of G? If A scores 65, then what may be the score of G? Go back. A scored 65. A has scored 65. What could be the score of G? Now, the only thing that we can say here is G should be between 52 and 65. G will be between 52 and 65. G will be greater than less than 65 and greater than 52. Right? G will be more than 52 but less than 65. And it cannot be equal to 65 or equal to 52, because see, he says all of them have scored different runs. No two persons have got the same score. 7 players have scored different runs in a match. So the range of G is between 52 and 65. Between 52 and 65, excluding 52 and 65. So between 52 and 65, it should be between 52 and 65. Right? Now eliminate the options. Can it be 66? No. Can it be 52? No. Can it be 48? No. Can it be 70? No. The only possible answer is 62, right? 62 comes between 52 and 65. All the other options are out of the range. So your answer here is option 4. Alright, so I think a simple question. All you need to do is very quickly fill the gaps from the given data and then read out the independent questions there to find out the remaining part of the data and then complete the solution. So you should score 2 out of 2 in this in about 1 minute, not more than that. Yeah, I'm sure I don't have to check if you have followed this or not. This is a very simple question, but I think what is surprising is the first question here. As you can see, or as you would have seen on the slides, the average time spent was 152 seconds. So people have spent about 152 seconds to answer the first one. Now the first question would take a little longer because you have to play with the data, but then 152 seconds is 2.5 minutes. Average time spent is 2.5 minutes, which is not worth it, right? So something is wrong in the way students are answering this question, right? It is very simple. I think less than 60 seconds you should get 2 out of 2, and accuracy is only 60%, which also is bad. Let me present the next question to you all. Let's take something on arrangements now, right? Something on kind of linear arrangement. All right, here we go. So the next question, which is a kind of arrangement, is on your screens now, right? Look at the directions. Study the following information carefully to answer the given question. Study the following information carefully to answer the given question. So 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H are sitting in a straight line and facing north direction. They earn different salary, that is 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 25,000, 30,000 and 32,000, but not necessarily in the same order. And then a lot of clues have been given to us. The person who earns the highest sits at one of the ends. 3 persons are sitting between the one who earns 32,000 in F, and so on, right? So basically I think the idea is to arrange 8 persons, right? He's talking about 8 persons, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H, who are sitting in a straight line facing north. Now this north or south is important, right? What is the significance of the word north here? See, when a person is facing north, left should be taken towards our left on paper and right should be taken towards the right. These are the basics of linear arrangements, right? And when the person is facing south, left will be taken towards the right and right will be taken towards the left, right? Details of this basics are available in our videos, TalentSprint videos, you can refer to that. The other parameter to be fixed here is their salary. Salary numbers are given to us, so try to fix that. So I think a kind of simple arrangement, at least looks to be simple one, should not take more than 2-3 minutes. 8 persons and 8 different numbers have to be fixed in a straight line. Okay, let me again explain. When a person is facing north, you got to be very clear with this basics, right? When a person is facing north, right is towards our right on paper, you see, and left is towards the left. So wherever he's used the word right, left, you have to go in that direction accordingly. Right, you see, then here he has mentioned left and so on, right? Similarly, when a person is facing south, in case the person is facing south, then the right will be towards left and left will be towards the right. Left is going to be towards the right. So this is the direction sense that you must have for you to solve questions on linear arrangements. So I'll leave you with this for maybe let's say 3 to 4 minutes. The clock starts now. We have Harita, who has just come back from her examination. She says, I have given my exam today and I attempted 55 questions, which is a good attempt in my view. 55 out of 80 questions in the RRB exam. Let's hope for the best, Harita. We have a user here who says, is the world gonna end tomorrow? Well, I wish I knew the answer to this, but I'm afraid that I don't know. I don't know if the world is gonna end tomorrow. I would only hope that the world ends after 15th of October so that we are done with our IBPS PO prelims exam. मतलब अब इतनी मेहनत की है तो एग्जाम तो लिख के ही जाएंगे ना. Why do we want to go before that? Yeah. So if at all it is ending tomorrow, let's hope that it gets postponed by another 20 days and it ends after 15th October so that all of us give an attempt. We'll check the results when we reach heaven or hell. Okay, focus on this now. Let me keep quiet. Try and get the answer to this. Got it? Isha says my exam is tomorrow and I'm getting nervous. Well, Isha, nervousness is natural, don't worry, because the more you worry now and think about it, it will only add to your nervousness. So get out of this session, Isha. You should not be participating in this live class in my view. Go watch a movie or do something that you like other than preparing for your exam. Keep yourself cool and calm. So Akhil Verma and Sindhuja, Raju, these guys have done it. I think Nagraju and Anubhav Mohanty have also got the answer. We have Diksha Kaushik who says, today is my exam, any advice to me? Yes, Diksha, the only advice I have for you now is to get out of this class. Please do not sit in this class if you have your exam today. Go relax. Okay. And all the best. I'm sure you will do well, right? Keep yourselves composed during the exam. Don't panic. Completed. Suresh Babu has completed. And who else? Dolon Khila has completed. Brunda, Nikita, Ankur, Akhil. Nagasai is struck. Shamila has done it. Nikhila Sai has got it. Alright, so I think enough time has been spent. We can start discussing the solution now. Yeah? Anmol says approximately done. What do you mean by approximately done? Either it's done or it's not done, right? Okay, so a lot of answers have started coming in. Rahul, Rajat, Divya Bharati. Divya Bharati? Okay, Divya Bharati, then Kamaljeet Kaur, Uday, Irfan, Rishabh, Ravi Teja. All you guys have got it. Chalo, shall we take it up? But I think before I start solving this for you, I would like to, or I would rather love to know how many of you have got stuck. That will help me understand, at what level of preparation you are. Looks like an easy one. I'm not sure how complex it's going to be. It looks to be an easy one, but you never know. So I would still recommend that the best way to solve these questions in the exam is to skip and go to the next one. Solve the easier ones first. Solve syllogisms, solve coded inequalities, solve alphabet, directions, blood relations, right? Machine input output. These questions have got a definite method, right? Here you never know. Anyways, how many of you are struck? How many of you are not able to complete it, so that we can quickly take a stock of that and move to the solution? Yeah? Confused. A lot of you are confused, right? Jits, Gaurav, Aswathi, Abhishek. Abhishek has done it, sorry. Oh, Abhishek is stuck. Suraj has skipped it. Bhuvani, Neeraj Jha, all you guys are stuck. Rajesh Sharma says it's an easy one. Yeah. Aishwarya says I'm stuck in the last point. Harita is still trying it. Ram Lakshmi says it's an easy one, but I'm still trying. What does that mean? If it's an easy one, you should have got it by now. Yeah? Time taking. Naresh says it's time taking. Naveen is still trying. Sundar was also stuck. Karunakar is trying. Good. So while we have got enough responses, many of you have cracked it. Like Sandeep just mentioned that he has solved it. Right? Sandeep Kumar. Ajit Sharma says half done. Half done is equal to 0. Either it is done or it's not done. There's nothing in between, right? Anyway, so I thought many of you have done it, but looks like a good number of people have got stuck, right? Okay, so let me take it up now. I think enough time has been given to you. So all of you must realize, I mean, while those who have got it, I appreciate their, presence of mind. I mean, they've probably looked at the right statements. It's all about starting with the right point, right? There are multiple clues given to you. You should find the, you should use the clues in the right sequence so that you can arrive at the answer faster, right? I'm sure if the same question is given to you all with unlimited time, let's say if I give you the question paper now with this question and ask you to come tomorrow, all of you will get the answer. So there's nothing complex about it. All of us can solve it. The point is how many of us can solve in that limited time is the question, right? So you should realize that there is no shortcut method for solving these questions. You may or may not get the answer, right? And that is the reason I am repeating myself. The best way to solve these questions is to skip and move to the next one. Okay, let me now explain the solution to all. Here we go. Where's the space for me to try this? So let's take this up. So directions: study the following information carefully to answer the given question. So there are like 5 questions along with this data, which we will look at a little later. Let's start working on the points now. So it says 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H are sitting in a straight line facing north direction, right? They earn different salary, which is among 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 25,000, 30,000, 32,000, but not necessarily in the same order, right? That reminds me, guys, that if you crack your IBPS PO exam this year and get selected, your salary will be higher than all these numbers here, right? Higher than the highest number here. So keep yourselves motivated and work hard and work smart. Anyway, so 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H have to be arranged in a straight line facing north direction, and the other parameter to be fixed is their salary, which is 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 and 32, right? These are the 8 numbers given to you and not necessarily in the same order. So what is the importance of this point north here? Like we have discussed earlier, if a person is facing north, when a person is facing the north direction, the right of the person should be taken towards our right, and the left of the person should be taken towards our left. While the person, when he's facing south, right becomes towards the left and left becomes towards the right. It's very, very important. The basics of this and more details of this have been discussed in our TalentSprint online program, where we have videos on circular and linear arrangements, right? This direction sense is very important. So I hope all of you are clear with this directions here, so that you can solve the question easily. So when he says persons are facing north, you should be relaxed, because left is left, right is right, no confusion, right? The problem comes when the person are facing south. Anyway, so 8 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 positions that we need to fix, right? We may get multiple possibilities, and like we have been doing since yesterday, whenever we find a second possibility, we'll duplicate the case immediately and take the 2 possible cases, and then keep filling the gaps till we find which one is correct and which one is wrong. Now look at the first statement. The person who earns highest sits at one of the ends. There are 2 ends, obviously. The person who earns highest sits at one of the ends. Now there are 2 ends, which means there are 2 possibilities. Who's the person who's earning highest? We don't know that, but we know that the highest is 32,000. So the number 32,000 will come at either of the ends. It can come here or can come here. So there are 2 possibilities immediately. Let's take it up. I think let's start with this. Let's see what happens. Or maybe if you want, you can read more statements and then decide whether you want to start with this or not. Now see, I think the advantage of starting with the first statement itself is that he says 3 persons are sitting between the one who earns 32 and F. See, we already know that the one who earns highest is the guy who's earning 32. So the second statement is also connected to 32,000 only. So we are better off starting with this one, right? We'll get more data on the arrangement, right? So look at the first point. The one who earns highest, 32,000, is at one of the ends. So either 32,000 comes in the first position or it comes in the last position, right? These are the only 2 possibilities. Then 3 persons are sitting between the one who earns 32 and F. So between 32 and F, there are 3 persons, right? Between 32 and F, there are 3 persons. So 32 is here, 1, 2, 3. F has to come here. 32 is here, 1, 2, 3. F has to come here. These are the 2 possibilities, right? Then number of persons to the left of B is same as number of persons to the right of C. Now this is a very interesting statement, right? The number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C. Now for this, we should either know the position of B or the position of C, both of which are not known to us, right? We neither know where is B and where is C, nor where is C. If I get to know where is B, accordingly we can put the position of C, but we'll keep it on hold, right? This statement is on hold. Move to the next one. B is an immediate neighbor of the one who earns the highest. Now again, highest word has been used thrice already, right? Highest is 32, we know, which has been placed on the arrangement already. So B is an immediate neighbor of the one who earns highest. So try this out. See, immediate neighbor of the one who earns highest. So B is an immediate neighbor of 32. So B comes here. In second case, B is an immediate neighbor of 32. So B comes here. No other possibility, right? We would have been in a difficult situation if 32 was somewhere in the middle. Then there will be 2 immediate neighboring positions of 32. But the advantage we have is 32 is at the ends. So only 1 neighboring position would be available, right? If B 32 is somewhere in the middle, then there will be 2 positions for neighbors of 32, right? Now that we have marked B, go back to the previous statement, the one which we had kept on hold. The number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C. Now look at case 1. How many persons are there on the left of B? Left of B is our left. We have discussed, right? These are persons who are facing north. So number of persons on the left of B is 1. So number of persons on the right of C should also be 1, which means C comes here. Similarly, number of persons on the left of B here is how much? Look at second case. Number of persons on the left of B, go in the left direction, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 persons on the left of B. So there should be 6 persons on the right of C. So 6 persons on the right of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C has to come here. Indirectly, if you try and understand this statement here, let me highlight this statement. This is a very important statement. You should understand the meaning, hidden meaning behind this, right? He says number of persons to the left of B is same as the number of persons to the right of C, right? You know, in simple words, what it means is that B and C are equidistant from either of the ends. If you see, B is second from the left, which means C will be second from the right. B is 7th from the left, which means C will be 7th from the right. Only then this condition would get satisfied. So in the first case, when you know B is second from the left, first and second from the left, put C second from the right. In the second case, when we know that B second 7 from the left, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7 from the left, C should be 7 from the right, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7. Only then number of persons on the left of B will be same as number of persons on the right of C. Number of persons on the left of B is same as number of persons on the right of C. So 2 more persons have been placed here. Move to the next statement. E's salary is the sum of G and D. Also, E sits at the corner. Now he says E's salary is the sum of G and D. So basically E is equal to G plus D. Also, E sits at the corner. Now when he says E sits at the corner, there are 2 possibilities. E could come on the left corner or on the right corner. Similarly here, E could come on the left corner or the right corner. But when you look at the next statement immediately, it says E does not earn the highest. E does not earn the highest. We know that 32 is the highest. E does not earn the highest, but still E comes at the corner. E does not earn highest, but E comes at the corner. So obviously E will come on the other corner. So E comes here. In this case, E comes here. Because I cannot place E and 32 together, right? E does not earn highest. E will not earn 32. So I think 1 more person has been fixed. But then we know that E is equal to G plus D. So this is something that we need to work on, right? We'll need to work on. Then he says B earns the least. B earns the least, and B is already placed on the arrangement, right? So what is the least value here? 7,000. 7,000. So let's fix 7,000 for B. B earns 7,000, and wherever it comes, we have put 7,000. Right? E's salary is the sum of G and D is there. We will use this statement a little later. Both D's neighbors' salaries difference is at least 3,000. So the difference of the salaries of neighbors of D is 3,000. So this cannot be used immediately. Let's jump to the next point. D earns more than G. D is more than G. D earns more than G. I think again we can connect with the previous statement, right? D earns more than G. D earns more than G. A, the one who earns 30,000, is second to the left of D. So A earns 30,000. This is given to us, right? A, who's the one who earns 30,000, is second to the left of D. So I think D's position is very important here, right? D's position is very important here. D's position is very important. So now I think the immediate action to be taken is on this statement, which says E is equal to G plus D, right? E's salary is the sum of the salary of G and D. E's salary is the sum of the salary of G and D. Okay. So let's look at the numbers and find out. See, out of the numbers that we have, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 25, 30, 32, I think you try to find out the sum of which two can give you a number which is a part of this group. You understand? What are the numbers that we have? 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 25, 30, 32. We already, one more point we know is A earns 30,000, right? A is the one who earns 30,000. So out of this 30,000 is blocked for A. So 30,000 cannot come for E or G or D, right? 30,000 cannot come for E, G, D. I'm looking at this statement. What could be the numbers which will satisfy this equation, E, G, D? As such, if only this equation is given to us, that E is equal to G plus D, then there are infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. But remember, we have got limited values here. Only 8 different values, of which some of the values will get eliminated directly. Like 30,000 is eliminated because 30,000 is for A. A is the one who earns 30,000. So 30,000 cannot belong to this group. 7,000 cannot belong to this group because 7,000 is fixed for B. Right? 7,000 is fixed for B. Also, 32,000 cannot belong to this group because we know that E does not earn 32,000. Yes or no? It was given earlier that E does not earn the highest. E does not earn 30,000. And if E does not earn 32,000, G and D also cannot earn 32,000. Because if G takes 32, E will become more than 32, which is not possible. E is equal to 32 plus D. Similarly, if D takes 32, E will become G plus 32, which also is not possible, right? There is nothing which is more than 32 available for us. So I think the only numbers that we have to deal with now is 8, 10, 12, 15, 25. Find out the sum of which two can give us a result which is already a part of this set now. You're getting it? A little bit of very quick calculations which needs to be done mentally. But if you can crack this, you are done. I mean, a lot of things will fall in place, right? E is equal to G plus D. Now find out 8 plus 10, 18, not possible. 18 is not there in the numbers here. 8 plus 12, 20, not possible. So 8 and 10, not possible, right? 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 is not available in this set of values. 8 plus 12, 20, but 20 is also not available. 8 plus 15, 23, 23 is also not available. 8 plus 25, 33, that also is not available. You understand? I am trying to find out what can be the values for G and D together. So 8 and 10, 8 and 12, 8 and 15, 8 and 25 are ruled out. 10 and 12, then check with 10. 10 and 12, not possible. 10 and 12 is 22, which is not available. 10 and 15, 25. And yes, 25 is there.
So one possible solution is G and D will take 10 and 15 and E becomes 25. Also we know that D is greater than G. D is greater than G. See, between G and D, D is greater. So out of 10 and 15, who will take 15? D will take 15. D takes 15, G takes 10 and E becomes 25. 25 is equal to 10 plus 15. So that's one possible solution. We have to check for other solutions as well. If there is no other solution, we are lucky. If there are more than one solution to this equation, then we are screwed up. We'll have to try out multiple possibilities. So I think one case is 10 plus 15, 25. 10 plus 15, 25. 10 plus 25, 35 is not available. So that possibility is ruled out. Then 12 and 15, 27, not possible. 12 and 25, 37, not possible. 15 and 25, 40 is not possible. I think the only possibility is 10 and 15, 25. See, while I'm speaking it out, it takes a lot of time. But when you do it yourself, right, this verification, you can very quickly find out that the only possible case is G plus D equals to E is 10 plus 15 equals to 25. 10 plus 15 equals to 25. 10 plus 15 is 25, right? So I can say that E earns 25,000. E earns 25,000. E earns 25,000. G earns 10 and D earns 15. Okay. Now let me use the other statements. Yeah, so how do we fix this now? Yeah, D earns more than G we have used already. A earns. Okay, let's use this point. I think this point we could have used earlier itself. A who earns 32, A who earns 30 is second to the left of D. A is second to the left of D, which means if D is here, A will be second to the left of D. First and second, A will come here. You understand? This is the sequence in which A and D will be placed. A is second to the left of D, right? So wherever D comes, second to the left of D. First and second. Left of D is towards the left. So A comes second to the left of D and A earns 30,000. Remember, A earns 30,000. You're getting it? I mean, you don't have to write this on paper in the exam. You can directly start fixing it in the arrangement itself, but I'm just drawing it separately so that you can follow. A is second to the left of D. A is second to the left of D. So first and second, and A earns 30,000. So let's try to fix this point. Now, if you look at case 1, where can D come? See, this position is blocked by E. This position is blocked by C. Can D come here? Yes. If D comes here, there is a gap and A comes here. Possible. Can D come here? No. Can D come here? If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A. But this is already blocked by B. Can D come here? If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A, who takes 30. But this is blocked by 32. You understand? So the only possibility is D comes here and A comes here. Similarly, in case 2, if you check, D cannot come here because D is 15,000. We know D is 15,000. It cannot be 32,000. D cannot come here. It is already blocked. If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A. But this is blocked by F, so not possible. If D comes here, there should be a gap and then A. So that's the only possibility. D and then A. Yes or no? Because other C and E are blocked. And by the way, we know that D is 15,000. So fix D as 15,000 and A as 30,000. D is 15,000 and A as 30,000. So till now, both the cases are correct. Nothing has gone wrong in any of the cases, right? Both the cases are satisfying all the conditions that we have checked so far. Now let's find out the other conditions, right? There are more conditions given to us, so let's work on those conditions. What else is left out? I think in terms of persons, we have marked 32. A, B, C, D, E. Only 5 persons have been marked, right? A, B, C, D, and E. Yeah. So A, B, C, D, E is marked. F, G, and H are left out. F, G, and H. G earns 10,000. Now, if you observe, while F, G, and F, see, what do we know? F, G, and F, G, and H. These 3 persons are left out. So, we have to fix those 3 persons in these positions. But I also know that G earns 10,000. G earns 10,000. That means I should have one place available where neither salary is fixed nor the person is fixed. For example, can G come here? No, because G earns 10. Here it is 32. Can G come here? Yes, G with 10,000 can come here. Right? Acha, F is also placed, I guess. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, only 2 persons are to be placed, G and H. Right? Now, if only 2 persons are to be placed, G comes in one position, H comes in the other position. So, since G does not end 32, G earns 10,000, I can fix G with 10,000 here. Right? Similarly, in the other case, I can fix G with 10,000 here. So where will H come? H will come in the left out place, which is 32,000. Here H will come here. So I think in terms of persons, all the persons have been placed. H, B, G, A, F, D, C, E. Here also E, C, A, F, D, G, B, H. Right? So in terms of persons, everything is done. Now what we need to work on is the numbers. What are the numbers? See, at least two persons. In terms of salaries, what are fixed? 32 is fixed for H, 7 is fixed for B, 10 is fixed for G, 30 is fixed for A, 15 is fixed for D, and 25 is fixed for E. So only numbers left out are 8,000 and 12,000. 8,000 and 12,000. Right? Now we know that at least two persons earn less than C. At least two persons earn less than C. Can C's salary be 8,000? Can C's salary be 8,000? No. Because if C takes 8,000, there's only one person who is earning less than C. The data here says at least two persons earn less than C. So C cannot be 8,000, which means C has to be 12,000. Right? 12,000 is for C. So 12,000 is for C. Here also 12,000 is for C. If 12,000 is for C, then the left out value 8,000 should be for F. 8,000 is for F. So even now all the statements are correct. I mean, nothing has gone wrong. So how do we verify which is the correct one out of these two? Look at this only pending statement. Both these neighbors' salaries difference is at least 3,000. This is the last statement which will help us find out which is correct. Right? Both the cases, case 1 and case 2, have fulfilled all the conditions so far. The only condition that we did not check is that the neighbors of these salaries difference will be at least 3,000. Right? The difference of the salaries of the neighbors of D will be at least 3,000. At least 3,000. So check that. In this case, first case, who are the neighbors of D? F and C. What are the difference of their salaries? 8,000 and 12,000 of their salaries. The difference is 4,000. So does it satisfy the condition? Yes, it does satisfy the condition. Right? Neighbors of D are F and C. Their salaries are 8 and 12. The difference is 4,000, which is satisfied. So case 1 satisfies all the conditions. Let's check case 2. The neighbors of D. Who are the neighbors of D here? Neighbors of D are F and G. What are their salaries? 8 and 10. What is the difference of their salaries? 2,000. Is it at least 3,000? No. So case 2 is wrong. Which means the final answer here is case 1. Look at the sequence. H, B, G, A, F, D, C, E. H, B, G, A, F, D, C, E. Numbers are 32, 7, 10, 30, 8, 15, 12, 25. Now, do not go by the length of the explanation. Understand, solving this will not take as much time as explaining this, right? I was explaining it to you in detail, so it has taken so much of time. When you do it yourself, right, you will not write these values on paper and do all the calculations. I mean, it will be much faster when you are not talking to yourself. Yeah, when you are not speaking out what you are doing. Okay. However, I would still suggest, strongly recommend that you are better off skipping such questions in the exam. I mean, skip it immediately. Don't try to solve it immediately. Skip it, solve the other questions. If time permits, come back, because you never know how complex can it get. Yeah. Now let's quickly look at the questions as well and see what are the answers. So the first question is, who among the following earns highest? Who earns highest? I think H earns highest, right? 32,000. So H is the answer. Next question. How many persons are sitting to the right of F? How many persons are sitting to the right of F? Right of F. How many are sitting to the right of F? F is here. Right of F is towards our right. Why? Because these persons are facing north. Right? Remember the direction sense. So right of F, 1, 2 and 3. 3 persons are sitting to the right of F. Next question. Who among the following sits to the immediate left of the one who earns the least? Who among the following is on the immediate left of the one who earns least? Immediate left of the least guy. Immediate left of least guy. Who's the least guy? B. Right? B is the person who's earning the least, right? Immediate left of B is H. Immediate left of B is H, who's earning 32,000. So remember that. H who earns 32,000. So H is correct and the one who earns 32,000 is correct. So your final answer should be both 1 and 3, right? 1 is correct and 3 also is correct. Right? Both 1 and 3. The immediate left of the one who earns least salary is H, who earns 32. So option 5 is the answer. Next, which of the following combination is correct? Which of the following combination is correct? G10, A25, D32, C8. So who are the persons here? G, A, D, C. G10, A25, D32. G10 is correct. G10 is correct. A35 is correct. A35 is wrong. D32 is also wrong, and whatever last person also is wrong. So I think G10 is correct anyway. G10 would be correct. Right? G10 is the correct combination. Which of the following is true regarding D? What is true regarding D? So I think we'll have to go back to the arrangement and check. The options are D earns 12,000, D earns less than C, F and C are neighbors of D, at least the one who earns least is an immediate neighbor of D. So let's check. D earns 12,000. D earns 12,000. And F and C are neighbors of D. Let's check these 2 points. D earns 12,000. D, where is D? D, no, D does not earn 12,000. So first option is wrong. Neighbors of D are F and C. Neighbors of D are F and C. Yeah, so F and C are neighbors of D. This is correct. Now, since we have got one option correct already, we don't have to verify the other options. I mean, those are supposed to be wrong because combinations also are not given to us, right? D earns 12 is wrong. F and C are neighbors of D. F and C are the neighbors of D, right? Let me just check. Did we get the same thing? Yes, F and C are neighbors of D, right? And we are done. We are done with this arrangement as well. Option 3. Yeah, it will be easier for you to answer because you have got that arrangement on the paper itself, right? So we can just look at the question, map it. Here I have to jump to the first slide to look at the solution. So using technology has got its own advantages and disadvantages. The advantage I have is I can underline the points, whichever point is used, which is not possible for you guys when you're solving it in the exam, right? Okay, so I hope all those who were stuck, all those who have not been able to solve this one have understood how to go ahead with this, right? So this is definitely a question on a kind of a puzzle, right? A question on linear arrangement. It is worth 5 marks, but you should not be taking that chance immediately. I'll repeat this at least 10 more times before I close the session today, right? Skip such questions in the exam. Solve the easier ones first and then come back. Okay, should we go for the next one? I hope all of you have followed. John Master says the average time is 360 seconds. If you are going to take 360 seconds for getting 5 marks here, you better don't solve it. 360 seconds is 6 minutes. Can you spend 6 minutes in your preliminary examination to score 5 marks? Not possible. So I think if you want, how much time should you be spending on an average for this one? I think you should spend about 3 to 4 minutes. But do we know whether we'll be able to crack this in 3 to 4 minutes? No, we don't know that. It only, we know it will only come to our light when we start solving this. So because of all these risks that are attached to it, I always say better you jump. Should I go for the next one now? Yes. Let's take one more question. Just a second. Okay, you will have to give me a few seconds. Looks like the presentation is off the screen now. Just give us a minute. I will present the next arrangement to you all very quickly. Okay.
All right. Sorry about that little inconvenience caused. I had lost the presentation. So we are back now, and I think we can take up the next question. Ready? Ready, all of you? We have a user here whose name is MU. Maybe some short form there. He says, अभी तक क्या पढ़ा है? मैंने अभी ओपन किया है लेक्चर. Well, अभी तक हमने आई थिंक 3-4 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए हैं. पजल्स थे जिसमें से 2 और एक रैंकिंग बेस्ड क्वेश्चन. बट डोंट वरी, ये सेशन अवेलेबल रहेगा हमारे यूट्यूब चैनल में और टैलेंटस्प्रिंट के ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम्स में भी, सो यू कैन वॉच इट. शुड वी move to the next one now? Yes, you are all ready. So let me present the next question to you all. Let's take up something on a kind of another puzzle where 8 people have participated in a race, a 500-meter race. They have finished the race at different points of time. They have consumed different time to reach the finishing line, and they also belong to 8 different sectors, 8 different like banking, IT, retail, infrastructure, etc. So gonna be a interesting one. It's like a floor based puzzle, right? Instead of different floors, you have got different ranks here, rank 1 to rank 8. I mean, the one who comes first has got rank 1, the one who comes second has got a rank 2, and so on. So I'll present this question to you all and give you about 5 minutes. I think it should be at least 5 minutes for this. So here we go. Monica Jain says, sir, one thing is not clear. Monica, why don't you just, at least 3,000 means, at least 3,000 means minimum 3,000. At least 3,000 means minimum 3,000. This is with respect to the previous question, guys. Don't get confused. Here's the next one on your screens now. So read the following comprehension carefully to answer the given questions. So this is again a 5 marks question, or I think a 3 marks question. In fact, 3 or 5 questions have been asked here. It says 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H took part in a 500-meter race and completed the whole race in 1, 3, 2.8, 1.7, 2.5, 3.5, 1.5 and 2 minutes, but not necessarily in the same order. Each of them works in a sector from banking, IT, retail, infra, agriculture, mechanical, research and sales, but again not necessarily in the same order. The person who took less time ranked 1, and the same follows for others too. This should be least actually. The person who took least time ranked 1, and same follows for others too. And then here are the clues given to you. 4 people ranked between B and C, who is not from mechanical sector or banking, and so on. So I think important highlights here are that there are 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H who took part in a race, 500-meter race, completed the whole race in different times: 1 minute, 3 minutes, 2.8 minutes, 1.7 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3.3 minutes and 3.3, 1.5 and 2 minutes. And they belong to 8 different sectors: banking, IT, retail, infra, agriculture, and then there are 3 more, right? Mechanical, research and sales. So 8 people, 8 different ranks. I mean, these times are nothing but ranks, and 8 different departments. So don't consider that there are 4 parameters. There are not 4 parameters. There are only 3 parameters: names of the persons, the times that they have taken, and the sector in which they work. Because if you see, who's got rank 1, the one who has taken the least time, right? Who's got rank 1, the one who has taken least time. So least time here is 1 minute. So this is rank 1. Then second one, and then this guy has got second rank, right? This guy here has got third rank, right? 1.7 minutes. Then 2 minutes is 4th rank. 2.5 minutes is 5th rank. 2.8 minutes is 6th rank. 3 minutes is 7th rank. And 3.3 minutes is 8th rank. You understand? So ranks are known to us. I'll clear that up so that you don't get confused. You should be doing it yourself. But the point is, ranks are already known to us. Yeah? Rank and time are connected to each other. So you have 5 minutes for this. Your clock starts now. Let's see how many of you get the right answer.
Monica is still confused with the previous one. Monica says, but the difference of 8,000 and 12,000 is 4,000. It is not 3,000. So, Monica, at least 3,000. Minimum 3,000, right? 4,000 is, he wants the difference to be minimum 3,000. Here we have got the difference as 4,000. So, it satisfies, right? It should be at least 3,000. Okay. Chalo, 5 minutes for this. Clock has already started ticking. Let's see how many of you are able to crack it. गौरव वैभव सेज हार्ड है तभी तो लिया है. आप ट्राई कीजिए, आई एम श्योर आ जाएगा. ऋषभ साहू सेज लुक्स लाइक इट इज कॉम्प्लेक्स. It is complex. Nilesh Chaudhary says, sorry I am late today. Nilesh, you don't have to be sorry, but just ensure that you watch the recorded archive so that you don't miss on anything. And we have hi this Benvo who says he will say shortcut, don't worry Gaurav. Benvo, my shortcut is already known to you guys, right? The shortcut is skip, don't solve. You don't hit every ball in the cricket match, right? So skip this one also like that. Look for the easier balls. Ajit Sharma says no direct statement. Anyway, let me keep quiet for a few minutes. I don't want you guys to get distracted.
Looks like some of you have been able to crack it. Rajat has done this. We have Arif who has done, right? Sweetie says hard है. Hard तो है, but क्या कर सकते हैं? आप लोगों को मैं बोलता हूँ skip करने तो समझ में नहीं आता है. So आप try करो. Arshad Khan and Rajat have done it. Rahul says सर आप ही करवा दो. मैं तो करवाऊंगा ही, बट बेटर होगा अगर आप खुद कोशिश करें और आपको ये आ जाए. AJ has done. नीरज से शुरू कीजिए, हमसे ना हो पाएगा. नीरज अगर सोच लिया है कि नहीं हो पाएगा तो फिर तो डेफिनेटली नहीं हो पाएगा. Aishwarya has done, Ravi Teja has done, Nikhil Nigam has done, Bhavik Gaikwad has done, Akshay says नहीं हो रहा है, Ajit Sharma has done, and many of you are stuck. Princey Sharon says, sir, please say any trick for this. Princey, I have mentioned the trick multiple times. I'm sure your friends who are watching the live session can also mention the trick. So guys, will you please help Princey with the trick? What is the trick to solve this question? Anyone? What is the trick to solve this question? Chalo, so I think enough time has been given. I'm sure those who have got it would like to see if the solution is right. Those who have not got it would want to know the solution. Those who are stuck would want to know the solution. And those who are still trying will say, sir, 1 minute or ho jayega. But no more time. All of you have done. Many of you have skipped. Okay, many of you are giving the solution to Princey. Skip. Yeah. So the reason why we are taking so many complex puzzles is to again, I think you guys should not misunderstand. When I say skip, I don't mean to say that you should skip it for good. Skip it for that time, right? Solve other questions first and then come back. Yeah. So how many of you are stuck? Quit. Quick, so that we can start discussing this now. There are only 3 questions with this data. So it should be an easy one. Or for 3 marks, you should not take this chance in the exam, right? Should we start solving this now? Yeah, so let's take this up. I think you spent enough time already. We have one more complex circular arrangement coming up to cheer you guys up after this. And I think with that we will close the session today, because you have another session at 2 o'clock. I should give you some time to go back, have your lunch, relax and join us. So let's solve this, and then we will take one more complex circular arrangement. So I can see a lot of you have got the answer as F, B, G, A, E, H, C, D. We'll see if
that's really the solution or not. So here we go. What does it say? Read the following comprehension carefully to answer the given question. 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H took part in a 500 meters race and completed the whole race in 1, 3, 2.8, 1.7, 2.5, 3.3, 1.5 and 2 minutes, but not necessarily in the same order. Each of them works in a sector from banking, IT, retail, infra, agriculture, mechanical, research and sales, but not necessarily in the same order. The person who took less time ranked 1 and the same follows for others too. So basically we have got 8 friends A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H who have completed the race in 8 different times, right? 1 minute, 3 minutes, 2.8 minutes, 1.7 minutes and so on. And they work in 8 different sectors, mechanical, agriculture, infrastructure, banking, IT, retail, research and sales. And they have got different ranks. So the person who took less time was ranked 1. In fact, this should be least, like I said, right? The person who took least time was ranked 1 and the same follows for others too. Yeah? So I think 3 variables: names, departments or the sector, and the rank. So what we can immediately do is, let's say this is rank, this is the time taken, this is the name of the person, and here's the, what is it called, sector. But if I make such a big table, I don't know will I be able to finish. If there are 2 possibilities, I'll get stuck, right? If there are 2 possibilities, we'll get stuck. I mean, I'll get stuck because there's no space. Anyway, let me try. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are the ranks, and based on the ranks I can put up the timings accordingly, right? So who has taken the least time? 1 minute. So this 1 minute guy will come here, right? Then next, second rank will be for the one who finished it in 1.5 minutes. Third rank for 1.7 minutes. 1 is done, 1.5 is done, 1.7 is done. Then after that, I think it is 2 minutes. So fourth rank for 2 minutes. Fifth rank for 2.5 minutes. Sixth rank for 2.8 minutes. Seventh rank for 3 minutes, right? 3 minutes, and eighth rank for 3.3 minutes. Yeah, so I think rank and times are done. Now all we need to fix is the names and the sector. So let's start working on it. 4 people ranked between B and C who's not from mechanical sector or banking. Now this is not the best way to start the puzzle, I would say, to start the arrangement, because he says 4 people ranked between B and C. Fine. There are 4 people between B and C. There are 4 people between B and C. But there are multiple possibilities, right? I mean, I don't have scope to try out more than one possibility here. And the other point we know is who is not from mechanical sector or banking. Who is who here? It refers to the preceding person. Remember, in a arrangement, whenever we use who in a statement, basically, we refer to the preceding person. So C is not from mechanical or banking. C is not from mechanical or banking. Keep that in mind. C is not from mechanical or banking. Let me read out the other statements also. I think we can start with this also. There should be 4 people between B and C. So what can happen is, let's say if B takes first rank, C will take 5th rank. If B takes second rank, C will take 6th rank. If B takes third rank, C will take 7th rank. Sorry. If B takes first rank, C will take 6th rank, because there should be 4 people between B and C. If B takes second, C will take 7th. If B takes third, C will take 8th. So there are 3 possibilities into 2, 6 possibilities. Because it can be B1, C6 or C1, B6. You understand? So not the best way to start the puzzle, I would say. Read the other statements, right? Read the other statements. Okay. A is from sales and took 2 minutes. This is the best thing, right? We should fix it immediately. A is from sales and he took 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, A is from sales. So A got 4th rank and A is from sales. Fixed, right? One is done. Only F ran faster than the person who works in research sector. Now this also is the definite piece of information if you understand it properly. Only F, the keyword only is very important. Only F ran faster than the person who works in research sector. So only F is faster than the person who works in research sector, which clearly means that F is the fastest person and research sector comes in the second rank. See, understand, again, this has been discussed in detail in our videos on ranking and ordering, right? We have understood the importance of the keyword only. You can watch our TalentSprint's online program videos to learn this in detail. But the point is only F. F is the only person who is faster than research. F is the only person who is faster than research. which means research has to come in the second position. And F is the only person who is faster than this. Yes or no? If you want research, if you want only one person to be faster than research, only one person to be faster than research, research should take second rank. Yes or no? Second rank is the one who has got only one person ahead of him, the rank one person. So if research should have only one person ahead of it, research should take second position, and then there will be only one person ahead of it, and that one person is F. That only person is F. So see, only F. Now if you look at the arrangement, F is the only person who is faster than research. There's no other person who is faster than research, right? F is the only person who is faster than research. You're getting it? So this keyword is very, very important. Only is a very important word here. If you miss on this, then it will get complex. The number of people ranked between A and the one from mechanical is same as the number of people between H and B. Okay, this also is useful information, but I don't think we can use it immediately, right? The number of people between A and mechanical is same as the number of people between H and B. Number of people between A and mechanical is same as the number of people between H and B. Yeah, so only A is available here. Mechanical, H, B have not been placed. So let's not use this. The person from infra ranked odd number position. Infra will take odd number position. All the odd number positions are available, right? 1 is available, 3 is available, 5 is available, 7 is available. So this is not a good point to use now. D ranks lower than H. D ranks lower than H means what? D will come below H. Yes or no? D will come below H. Remember, D will come below H because D ran slower than H, right? D is slower than H. So depending on where H, and now it need not be immediately below H. It can be anywhere below H, right? So not a very useful point. No person ranked between banker and H. No person ranked between banker and H, which means banker and H are together. C took more time than A, but is not the slowest among all. See, if C takes more time if C takes more time than A, C took more, this is a very important point I would say. C takes more time than A, but is not the slowest among all. C has taken more time than A, but C is not the slowest. Who is the slowest? This person who has taken 3.3 minutes. C is not the slowest. So C cannot come in this position. You remember? C cannot come in 8th position. You're able to follow. Let me write it here itself. C cannot take this position. Why? Because C is not the slowest. C is not the slowest among all. But C ranked lower than, C took more time than A. If C has taken more time than A, then C can come in 5th position or 6th position or 7th position. These are the 3 possible positions for C. Yes or no? C took more time than A. More time than A means it should be lesser rank. Its rank should be lower than A. So A has got 4th rank. C's rank should be 5, 6, 7th or 8th. But again, C is not the slowest. So 3 possible positions for C. 3 possible positions for C. Now I remember one of the earlier statements using C. 4 people ranked between B and C. 4 people ranked between B and C. Look at this now. Let's try to connect with this. 4 people ranked between B and C. 4 people ranked between B and C. 4 people ranked between B and C. What can happen? Can C come in 5th position? See, if C comes in 5th position, there should be 4 people between B and C. 1, 2, 3, 4. B will go above. B is not available at all. You understand. C cannot come in 5th position. C cannot come here in 5th position. C anyway cannot come in 2nd or 3rd position. Why can't C come in 2nd or 3rd positions? Because 2nd and 3rd positions are ahead of A. We know that C is behind A. 2nd and 3rd are ruled out. 5th is also ruled out because if C comes in 5th position, where will B come? Between B and C, there should be 4 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4 persons, and then B will be above rank 1, which is not possible. C can come in 6th position or 7th position. But if C comes in 6th position, where should B come? There should be 4 people between B and C, right? So if C comes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this should be B. But this place is already occupied by F. You understand? If I take C in this position, 6th position, you know that there should be 4 people between B and C. So C is here, then 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And then they should be by B. They should be occupied by B. But this position is already occupied by F. So can B come there? No, B cannot come here. If B cannot come here, C cannot come here. So you see, the only choice available for C is this 7th position. C cannot come elsewhere. C has to come in 7th position. And if C comes in 7th position, where would B come? 1, 2, 3, 4. B will come in this position. Because 2nd position and 7th position, I've got 4 people in between them. Right? We know that 4 people rank between B and C. So let me clear up all the other points. Because of space congestion, I'm just doing it here itself. I'm sure when you do it on paper, you can try multiple possibilities if you want. I mean, actually multiple possibilities are not there. Very clearly we find that B comes in second position and C comes in seventh position, right? So let me fix that. B will take the second position, C will take the seventh position. And moreover, we know that C does not work in mechanical or banking. C does not work in mechanical or banking. So this cannot be mechanical and it cannot be banking because C does not work in these two sectors, right? What else do we know? Number of people, next point is number of people between A and mechanical is same as H and B. Number of people between A and mechanical is same as H and B. Okay, D ranks lower than H, no person ranked between banker and H. 3 people ranked between banker and the one who's from agriculture. G is from IT and ran faster than banker. So I think we have to make use of this statement now, that the number of people between A and mechanical is same as H and B. So out of, there are 4 elements available here: A, mechanical, H and B. And out of these 4, A and B have been fixed already. A and B have been fixed. So he says the number of people between A and the guy from mechanical department should be same as number of people between H and B. Should be same as number of people between H and B, right? So let's find out where can mechanical come, where can the mechanical department come, right? I'm focusing on this point now. Where can the mechanical department come, right? Where can mechanical department come? Try and understand. Where can mechanical department come? The number of people within A and mechanical is same as the number of people between H and B. Anything else given with respect to mechanical department? Okay, so let's try this now. Can mechanical department come in first position? If mechanical department comes in first position, there are 2 people between A and mechanical. So there should be 2 people between B and H. So H would come here. If mechanical department comes in third position. No, I think one point which you need to understand is mechanical department actually cannot come in third position or the fifth position. Mechanical department cannot come in third position or fifth position. Why am I saying so? Because he says that the number of people, understand, number of people between A and mechanical. There are some number of people between A and mechanical. But if I take A and mechanical together, there are no people between A and mechanical at all. You see, if I take mechanical in third place, how many people are there between A and mechanical? 0. If I take mechanical in fourth place, how many people are there between A and mechanical? 0. I mean, if I take mechanical in fifth place, if you take mechanical in fifth place, the number of people between A and mechanical becomes 0. Similarly, if I take mechanical in third position, number of people between A and mechanical becomes 0. But the data says that number of people between A and mechanical is same as those between B and H. I need some people between A and mechanical, right? You're getting it? So mechanical is ruled out for these 2 positions. Suppose we take mechanical in 8th position. What happens if we take mechanical? Mechanical cannot come in 7th position, which is already known to us. Suppose if we take mechanical in 8th position. What happens here? If we take mechanical in 8th position, how many people are there between A and mechanical? Between A and mechanical? See, A is in 4th place. I'm saying that we should take A mechanical in 8th position. Suppose A mechanical is in 8th position and A is in 4th position. The number of people between A and mechanical will be 3. Yes or no? If mechanical is in 8th place and A is in 4th place, the number of people between A and mechanical should be 1, 2, 3. Which should be equal to number of people between H and B. How many people are between H and B then? 3. So 1, 2, 3, H should come here. It is possible. Mechanical can come in 8th place. Okay, 8th place is possible. So let us keep this on hold. We are not sure. It is possible, but is it definite or not? We don't know. Take mechanical in 6th place. What happens if you take mechanical in 6th place? If I take mechanical in 6th place, the number of people between A and mechanical is 1. Because A is in 4th place, mechanical is in 6th place. There is only 1 person between A and mechanical. If there is only 1 person between A and mechanical, there should be only 1 person between H and B. So B is here. There should be 1 person and H should come here, which is not allowed. If I fix mechanical in 6th place, then number of people between A and mechanical is only 1, 5th rank person. Then number of people between H and B should also be 1. So B is in 2nd position, H should be in 4th position. But is it possible? No. 4th position already occupied by A. So mechanical cannot come in 6th place as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are already ruled out. Right? 4 persons already ruled out. You are all able to follow it. It is, I mean, that's what we have to do. I mean, we have to verify all these possibilities very quickly. I mean, explanation is taking a little bit of time, but when you do it, you know, after having full understanding of this, you will know that mechanical cannot come in 3rd place, it cannot come in 5th place, it cannot come in 6th place, it cannot come in 7th place. The only possibility is mechanical has to come in the last position. The last position. But mechanical can come in the 1st position also, right? One more possibility is there, sorry. Anyway, 3rd, so let me just clear it up. It's looking like a little clumsy. Let me clear it up. We have understood that mechanical cannot come in 3rd position. Mechanical cannot come in 5th position. Mechanical cannot come in 6th position. Mechanical cannot come in 7th position, right? These things are known to us. So let me clear everything else so that it looks a little neat, right? Mechanical cannot come in 3, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just clearing this up. Yeah, it can come in 8 or it can come in 1st. It can come in 8 or 1st. So still there are 2 possibilities, right? If mechanical comes in 1st, between A and mechanical there are 2 persons. So between B and H also there should be 2 persons. H will come in 5th position. If mechanical comes in 8th, between A and mechanical there will be 3 ranks, 3 persons. So between B and H also there should be 3 persons. 1, 2, 3. H would come in the 6th place. So at least some clarity is there. No person ranked between banker and H. No person ranked between banker and H. Okay. So banker and H should be together. I mean together as in immediately. Banker is an immediate neighbor of H basically. Yeah. So what are the possible positions of H we got? Suppose if I take mechanical here, let's say mechanical 1. So H will come here. Yeah, number of people between B and H is 2. Number of people A and mechanical is also 2. So mechanical 1, H1 is one possibility. The other possibility is mechanical 2, let's say. Second possible position for mechanical. So between A and H, 1, 2, 3 persons. So between A and mechanical, 1, 2, 3 persons. So between B and H also there should be 3 persons. So 1, 2, 3, H would come here. H2. So the possible sets are mechanical 1, H1 and mechanical 2, H2. Right, mechanical to H2. Okay. What do we do? Getting complex. Person from infra ranked odd number position, D ranks lower than H. D ranks lower than H, which is possible, right? D again comes lower than H. No person ranked between banker and H. C 2 more time than A. Okay, 3 people ranked between banker and agriculture. 3 people between banker and agriculture. Okay, try this. 3 people between banker and agriculture. Yeah, I think this should help us. 3 people ranked between banker and agriculture, and we know that there is no person between banker and H. So suppose H is this. Assume for a moment that H is this. I mean, I don't have space to try out the second possibility, so I will just write here itself. If H is fixed here, where will banker come? Banker has to come in this position. Yes or no? According to H1, this should be banker. I am saying mechanical 1, H1, banker 1, all 3 are together. I mean, if mechanical 1 is correct, then H1 is correct, banker 1 is correct. If mechanical 2 is correct, then H2 will be correct. So the point I am trying to make is if H is this, we know that banker and H will be together. So banker will come here. Banker and H are together, right? Banker cannot go on top of H, right? Because there's blocked by sales. And then we know that there are 3 people between banker and agriculture. 3 people between banker and agriculture. 3 people between banker and agriculture. So if banker 1 is correct, where will agriculture come? 1, 2, 3. Agriculture should come here. Is it possible? Not possible. You're able to follow. If I take banker 1 as correct, There should be 3 people between banker and agriculture. So 1, 2, 3, agriculture should come here. Is it possible? No, because this is blocked by research. So banker 1 is wrong. If banker 1 is wrong, H1 is wrong. If H1 is wrong, mechanical 1 is wrong. So what is correct? Mechanical 2 is correct, H2 is correct. Yeah, so let me fix that now. I'm erasing what all is incorrect. Mechanical cannot come there. H cannot come here, banker cannot come here. So mechanical has to come here, H will come here accordingly. You getting it? This is mechanical. So first position or 8th position is mechanical, H is here. Now we also know that banker and H are together. We have already discussed this, banker and H are together. Banker cannot come here below H, so banker has to come here. See, we have already noted that banking cannot come here in this position, right? Banking cannot come in this position. So banker and then we know there are 3 people between banker and agriculture. So 3 people between banker and agriculture, what happens? 1, 2, 3, bottom is not possible. 1, 2, 3, agriculture would come here. There are 3 people between banker and agriculture. Sales, dash, research. All these 3 come between banker and agriculture. Yeah. So now what I will do is I will clear this also, because mechanical and banking both are fixed, right? I can now clear this up. Yeah. Just rewriting mechanical again. Okay, so I think done, almost done now. Remaining point should give us. Now he says infra ranked odd number position. Achha, D ranked slower than H. D ranked slower than H. Look at this point. D ranked slower than H. Slower than H means below H. So the below H only possibility is D should come here. Right? If it has to be below H, the only possibility is D has to come here. Yeah. So I think A, B, C, D, F and H are done. A, B, C, D, F and H are done. Only E and G are left out. Right? Only E and G are left out. G is from IT. Look at this. G is from IT. So can G come here? No, because if G comes here, G becomes banker. We know that G is from IT. So G has to come here and IT comes here. So if G is fixed there, E would come here. E is the banker. So I think person's arrangement is done, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Only departments are left out, right? Which 2 departments are left out? Banking is done, IT is done, retail is left, infra is left, agriculture, mechanical, research and sales are done. Now we know something about infra, right? Person from infra is odd numbered position. Infra should take odd position. Now see, this is 6th position, right? Can infra come in 6th position? No. Infra should come in odd position. So infra comes here. And if infra comes here, retail would come here. We are done. That's the final arrangement. Here's the final arrangement. Okay. So from top to bottom, we have got rank 1 to rank 8. Accordingly, we have got the times. The arrangement of persons is F, B, G, A, E, H, C, D. Arrangement of sectors is agriculture, research, IT, sales, banking, retail, infra and mechanical. And now you can answer the questions very easily, right? Answering the questions should not be difficult. I mean, once you have done this, answering questions is a cakewalk. Let me quickly show you the questions. How many people ran slower than E? How many people ran slower than E? 1, 2 and 3. These 3 people ran slower than E. So 3 is the answer, right? Next, how many people ran faster than the one who works in agriculture? Faster than agriculture. Agriculture is on top. How many are faster than agriculture? 0 persons, right? Agriculture was the fastest. So how many ran faster than agriculture? None. None of them ran faster than agriculture. What is the number of people between A and C? Number of people between A and C. How many people are there between A and C? Between A and C, we have got 2 people, right? Okay, but options are given differently here. Same as F and G. Check. F and G, no. Between F and G, there is only 1 person. So first option is wrong. D and E. D and E, check D and E, same as D and E. How many are there between D and E? Between D and E, there are 2 persons. Between A and C, there are 2 persons. Between D and E also, there are 2 persons. So second option can be taken as correct. Same as D and E, option 2. Right? And like I said, there are only 3 questions with this. So this is done. All right. Now, complex because, I mean, it got a little messy in between because there was very limited space that I had. When you are working on paper, try to do it a little neatly. That's the reason maintaining some neatness is important. I mean, you'll not be awarded marks for your neatness, but maintaining some neatness would help you understand what is coming and what is not. I mean, what is to be, it should be aligned properly. Otherwise, 3rd position becomes 2nd position, 5th position becomes 6th position. It'll all go wrong, right? But then even if you try it yourself, I'm sure it's going to take more than 3 minutes. I mean, there are 3 questions asked with this. So the weightage that it carries is 3 marks. So what you guys have to do is, as soon as you read these questions, right, and as soon as you look at arrangement based questions, see how many questions have been asked. There are 3 questions, which means the maximum that you can score is 3 marks. You know that on an average in a preliminary examination, we have 36 seconds per question. 36 seconds per question, meaning for 3 questions you can spend 108 seconds. 108 seconds is like 2 minutes, let's say, approximately 2 minutes, right? Actually 148 seconds, approximately 2 minutes. Do you think this drama can be done in 2 minutes? Not possible. So what's the best way to solve it? S, K, I, P. Skip and move to the next one. Unless it is carried a weightage of 5 marks, you should not be trying it out, right? So skip it. Skip it. By saying skip it, I am saying mark it for review. Come back if time permits, right? Don't solve these questions immediately. It would not be a good strategy to take up such questions as soon as you see them. All right? Monica Jain says, Monica Jain is confused with another statements, right? Only F is faster than the person who works in research sector. Monica, I can understand you are confused because you are not thorough with the basics, right? The word only plays a very, very important role there. You have to understand the keyword the meaning of that keyword only. We have got detailed videos on all these keywords, right? What does only mean? How do you use it, etc. So I would, suggest that you go through our online videos, which are available as a part of the TalentSprint program, so that you don't get confused when you're solving it in the exam. Should we go for the next one now? I think I can just take up one more question. We have 15 minutes left in the session. So let me take up a question on arrangements now. One more arrangement. I think we haven't done anything on circular arrangement. So let's take something on circular arrangement. Are you all ready? Atish says exactly such questions should be skipped in the exam. When I say that directly, it looks a little tricky, right? Like, how do you ask us to skip questions in the exam, right? Is that the right way to solve questions? Is that the right strategy? Try it out. You will figure out what happens. Somebody has asked me to take syllogisms. Prince has asked us to do something on syllogisms. We have done, I think, 2-3 questions on syllogisms yesterday. So you can refer to that video for syllogisms. Let me present the next one. A lot of you have confirmed that I can move to the next one. So let's take something on syllogisms now. Oh, sorry, something on circular arrangements now. Right? Should we take up or no? You ready for another arrangement? This is going to be a little complex and involves a circular kind of arrangement. So you guys have to check it. You guys have to tell me, should we take a circular arrangement based question or should we take something on coded inequalities? I've got 2 types of questions, but I can take any one of these. I would have loved to extend the session a little bit, but you know that your next session follows at 2 p.m., right? So it's already 12:45, close to 1 o'clock. We should have at least a 1 hour break before we go for the next one. Before we go for the next session. So what should we do? Should we do circular arrangement or coded inequalities? I'm sure I'll get a mixed response. Ishant Chaudhary says, how many videos have come earlier? Ishant, hundreds of videos have come earlier, but as a part of the IBPS PO refresher series, we have done 2 sessions. This is 3rd session. 4th session is at 2 o'clock. Somebody says both. I cannot take both, Naveen, because we have to close it at 1 o'clock. Yeah, but interestingly, the demand is more for the coded inequalities based question than the circular arrangement. So let's do one thing. Let's take up the coded inequalities wala question, right? I know that there's a mixed response. Many of you want me to do circular arrangement as well. I'll present the question. Maybe you can try it out yourself. Anyway, the best way to solve that question would be SKIP, right? Skip and go to the next one. So let's take a question based on coded inequalities, which is on your screens now. We'll take one more question on coded inequalities. This is an interesting one, right? Not like a regular type. Fill in the blanks. This question was introduced in the SBI PO exam, in 2015. If you have been taking SBI PO exam, you would know.
So a question on fill in the blanks clubbed with coded inequality. Which of the symbols, what does it say? Which of the symbols should be placed in blank spaces from left to right respectively to complete the expression in such a manner that A is greater than N, O is greater than A, M is greater than Q are definitely true. So there are some blank spaces here. Options have been given. You have to fill up the blanks and find out which filling will make A greater than N, O greater than A, and M greater than Q. Definitely true. 1 minute for this. The clock has started. Gayatri has asked that if we have a 2 o'clock session. Yes, we have a 2 o'clock session which is going to be on English language. Option 2. Uday has got option 1. Amit Singh has got option 2. Atish, Jits have got option 1. Bhavani has got option 3. Good. So 1, 2, 3 have been covered. Somebody say option 4 and option 5 so that we have covered all the 5 options there. I've got 1 as the answer. I've got 2 as the answer. I've got 3 as the answer. Aniket Ghosh says, where can I get the previous videos? Aniket, if you are not a TalentSprint student, there are some limited videos available in our YouTube channel. You can check there. If you are a TalentSprint student, then in our learning platform, all the videos are there. More than 1,000 videos are there, which you can use to get ready for the exam. Girish Ahuja says, I'm 100% sure that is option 1. This is a sitter, right? All of you should get the right answer. I don't know why I'm getting a mixed response. Ishant Chaudhary has got option 5. Good. And Samut Kumar has got 4. Good. So finally we are done. You have covered option 1, you have covered 2, you have covered 3, you have covered 4, and you have covered 5 as well. But I think the fight is between 1 and 2. Is it 1 or is it 2? Is it 1 or 2? That's the fight. Yeah? How many of you have not been able to solve? Let me understand that. How many of you have not got the answer to this question? I'm sure some of you have got an answer which is not there in the options. So option 6 is also possible. But then how many of you have got stuck? How many of you have got no clue about the process for such questions? Got it? Good. So good to see that nobody has got stuck. All of you are getting the answer. Okay, Ketan says I'm not able to. Ketan is the only one who said he's not able to get the answer. Okay, so let's take it up. Good. Most of you have got it. If you look at the data here, average 79 seconds, accuracy 48%. So I don't know why are people not able to solve it during the exam. 79 seconds for a coded inequalities question makes no sense. It's a waste of your time, right? You have taken almost 1 minute and 20 seconds, right? Waste of your time, and accuracy is only 48%. 100% accuracy should be there when you're answering such questions. I mean, you cannot go wrong, afford to go wrong in such topics where there's a definite method. So let's discuss the solution now, right? Oh, yeah. So here we go. Which of the symbols should be placed in the blank spaces from left to right respectively to complete the expression in such a manner that A greater than N, O greater than A, and M greater than Q are definitely true? So we have to fill the blanks. There are 3 blanks here, 1, 2, and 3. These blanks have been given to us in the options, right? This is 1, 2, 3 in the same fashion, in the same order, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, right? So we have to place the blanks, fill the blanks in such a way that A should be greater than N, O should be greater than A, and M greater than Q are definitely true. These are definitely true, right?
So let's try out. Let's easiest way to solve it is to kind of try options one after the other. One by one you can try out the options and then check which option satisfies. The one which satisfies all the three can be taken as a correct answer, right? Now, first of all, let us focus on this. We want A to be greater than N. We want A to be greater than N. How can you connect A with N? See, A is available here. N is available here and here. Now, how can you connect A with N? Try and understand. There are four pieces in fact. 1, 2, 3 and 4. One state expression, second expression, third expression and fourth expression. So we have to club these expressions to get the relationship between A and N. How is that possible? See, A is connected to M and B. M is connected to N. M is connected. So I think with the help of M, we can connect A with N. With the help of M, we can connect A with N. Right or not? So let's do that. What happens? See, look at this piece. We know M less than A. So A greater than M. And M dash N. M dash N. You're able to follow? I'm taking this piece. A is greater than M. A is greater than M. A greater than M. A greater than M. And M is connected to N. You have to fill that blank. You have to fill that blank. We want A to be greater than N. A greater than N should be definitely true. Remember, which blank has come between M and N? Second blank. Don't put the first blank. Put the, whatever comes between M and N is the second item of the options. Yeah. Now, going by the 3 golden rules of coded inequalities, you know that there are 3 golden rules that you have to follow. Just 3 rules you remember, and you will be able to solve any question from coded inequalities, right? So, going by those 3 golden rules, rule number 2 will tell us that second blank should be greater than. Second blank should be greater, or it can be greater or equal. The second blank has to be greater. Yes or no? You are able to follow? Explanation would take a little bit of time, but when you are doing it yourself, right, you'll be able to crack it much faster, right? You'll be able to crack it really quick. So A greater than M, A greater than M, M dash N. So what should come in the second blank? Is option 1 possible? Yes. If you put greater than here, let me just clear this one. This should not be read as equal to basically. Yeah. So if you put greater than, is it possible? A greater than M, M greater than N. Yes, A greater than N. So option 1 satisfies. Option 2 also satisfies because option 2 is also greater than. But can less than come? Can less than come in second blank? No, because if you take less than, A and N cannot be compared. Rule number 3 tells that when you have dissimilar inequalities between the 2 variables, those 2 variables cannot be compared. Here we have a definite comparison that A is greater than N. So option 3 is eliminated because option 3 has got less than, which is not correct. Option 4 also gets eliminated because it has got less than, which is not correct. Option 5 is also possible because A is greater than M, M is equal to N. Option 5 says second position can be equal to. So A is greater than M and M is equal to N, which means A greater than N. So 1, 2 and 5 are possible. 1, 2 and 5 are possible. Yeah. 1, 2, 5 are possible. So try with the other part now. O greater than A. Let's try with O greater than A. See, we know that O is equal to B. I think second expression here is a much easier thing to verify, right? Again, O has to be connected with A. How can you connect O with A? O is connected to B, B is connected to A. Now, since O is equal to B, whatever the relationship between A and B will be the same relationship between A and O. Yes or no? We want O to be greater than A. O is equal to B. And again, be careful, we are going in the reverse direction. So, I'll do one thing. I'll take it in the forward direction only so that we don't get confused, right? A 1 B is equal to O. What should come in the first blank is the question now. What do we want? We want O to be greater than A. For O to be greater than A, what does it mean? A is less than O. If O is greater than A should be less than O. So we want A to be less than O. We want A to be less than O. You're able to follow? O is greater than A implies A should be less than O. When can A be less than O? Only when A is less than B. If A is less than B, B and O are equal, right? These two can be interchanged. So for A to be less than O, A should be less than B. So first blank should have less than. The only possibility for the first blank is less than. A should be less than B. And I think the only option which has got first blank as less is option 1. Option 2 and option 5 also get eliminated. So luckily, I think we have wasted our time by checking second blank. If we had checked for first blank, if you have checked for second expression, we would have been able to eliminate the options even faster. Because I know that first blank should definitely be less than. And the only option where first blank is given as less than is option 1. You see, here it is greater, here it is equal, here it is equal, here it is greater. So 2, 3, 4, 5 are eliminated. Option 1 is the correct answer. Again, I would say it is taking so much of time because I'm explaining it to you. I'm writing 1, 2, 3 and all that. But you understand these things mentally, right? So when you do it yourself, you will be able to crack this in about 15 seconds, 15, 20 seconds maximum. So why is it taking 79 seconds? And why is the accuracy 48%? 100% accuracy in about 20 seconds. I mean, even if you check first expression, then check second expression, it should not take more than 20 seconds. So you see, 4 times the amount of time required is being spent, and only half of you are able to get the right answer. So be careful, you cannot go wrong in such simple ones. Option 1 is the correct answer. Option 1 is the final and the correct answer. Nagaraj says it's too slow. Yeah. It's slow, Nagaraj, because I'm explaining. I know I can make it really fast, but that way it's too easy also. But did you see how many of your friends have gone wrong? So while you may find it to be slow, I'm sure others are finding the pace to be okay, right? Anyway, I'll move a little faster. Should we go for the next one? Yeah, for the 3 golden rules, I would request you to watch our videos. Time is already up, it's 1 o'clock. I have one more question on coded inequalities, so let me just take that. You can refer to that video of coded inequalities, which is in the TalentSprint's online program, and learn those 3 rules. Let me quickly present the next question to you before we close the session. Here we go. Next question, what will come in place of question mark in the following below such that A less than Q, N greater than T are definitely false? The last question for the session today, in fact the last question from reasoning as a part of this IBPS Pure Refresher series brought to you by TalentSprint. So it says, Sharma has got 4, Pavani has got 1, Naveen Dharan has got 2, yeah, Sandhya has got 2, Samat Kumar has got 2. So 2, 4, 1, 5. I think option 3 is the only one which is left out. All others have been marked here. Amit Singh is confident that the answer should be option 4. Omkar has got 2, Aishwarya has got 2, Rishabh Sahu says it should be option 2. Amanjot Singh has got 3. Good. So I think only option 3 was left out, which Amanjot has covered. And now that all the 5 options have been covered, let me take it up. Right? Again, what is disappointing is the average time being taken here is 51 seconds and accuracy is just 40%. So guys, you don't have to worry about complex puzzles and arrangements based questions. Those are actually complex. These are the easier ones where you are committing mistakes. Look at this. What will come in place of question mark in the following expression such that both A less than Q and N greater than Q and N greater than T are definitely false? I am 100% sure a lot of you have not paid attention on the word false. And that's what you need to work on. Understand the question properly. He wants A less than Q and N greater than T to be false. You can comment if you have considered it to be true. I'm sure a lot of you have considered this to be true. You assume that it should be true. But the question says that these two should be false. These should be definitely false. A should not be greater than Q and N should not be greater than T. That's the question. By putting up what in place of this question mark will these two happen? A should not be less than Q and N should not be greater than T. A should not be less than 2 and N should not be greater than T. Just go by options one by one. What happens? Let's put equal to here. I'm putting option 1. Let's put equal to here. Equal to. What happens? Compare A with Q. A with Q. A greater than R greater than N is equal to Q. Golden rule number 2 of coded inequalities tells us that A is greater than Q. Between A and Q, there are inequalities. Greater, equal. I mean, Q and N can be replaced. So between A and Q, there is only one type of inequality, which is greater than. So definitely A is greater than Q. A is greater than Q. Implies A is not less than Q. Yes or no? We want A not to be less than Q. So the first condition is satisfied by option 1. Now check the second condition. We have to compare N with T. Compare N with T. Compare N with T. What do we get? N is equal to Q. Q is equal to H. H is less than T. So N, Q, H, all three are equal. If H is less than T, see, we know that N is equal to H. If H is less than T, N is also less than T. N is less than T, which implies N is not greater than T. Which implies N is not greater. And that's what we want, right? We don't want N to be greater than T. Remember, these are false. These two should be false. A less than Q should be false. N greater than T should be false. Should be incorrect. I'm getting A greater than Q, which means A less than Q is incorrect. I'm getting N less than T, which means N greater than T is incorrect. How is that happening? When I put option 1 equal in place of question mark here. So option 1 is your answer. How much time should it take? It should take 10 seconds. I mean, this one should take 10 seconds. It may take up to 60 seconds if option 5 is correct, because we'll go option by option, right? We are supposed to go option by options. Here, I would say we are lucky that option 1 is correct. If option 5 is correct, then let's say into 5. It should take about 50 seconds, not more than that. Maximum 50 seconds. But here the average time is 51 seconds. Why? Option 1 itself is the answer, right? When you can get in 10 seconds, how are people spending 51 seconds? And why is the accuracy rate only 40%? Definitely, one contribution here is this word false. Many of you did not read the question. I'm 100% sure this is what happens. You don't read the question properly and mark some crap there. So you have to be quick in the exam. That does not mean that you will miss out on the basic stuff, right? You have to be fast, but you can't read false as true. You can't misunderstand the question to be something else. Option 1 is the correct answer, but disappointing that all of you could not crack it. Many of you were confident that option 1 is definitely correct, but at the same time, many of you were also confident that 2 is definitely correct, 3 is definitely correct, 4 is definitely correct. Yeah, option 1 is the answer. Be careful. The moral of the story is read the question properly. You have to be quick, but don't be in a hurry and commit simple mistakes. If you have gone wrong here, you have not committed a mistake, you have committed a blunder, because it is not minus 0.25, it is minus 1.25. You could have easily scored 1 mark. But you've got minus 0.25. So your actual loss is 1.25 marks. You're getting it? I know option 2, 3, 4 also, when you check, you will find that either one of them is true, which is not allowed, right? Both of them should be definitely false. Definitely false, right? Definitely false. The word definitely is also important. Okay, so Aishwarya says सारे correct आ रहे हैं. सारे कैसे correct आएंगे? Impossible. Aishwarya, I think you should go back and watch the coded inequalities videos, right? You should go back and watch the coded inequalities videos. Both of them should be definitely false. Even if one of them is true, or even if one of them is partially true, then that option is wrong, right? If one is true, option is wrong. If one is, let's say, partially true, then also the option is wrong, because definitely word has been used, right? So be careful. I think get your basics of coded inequalities right, and I'm sure you'll be able to solve these questions without any difficulty in the exam, right? Some of you want me to repeat the explanation, but I think time is up. We are already at 1:10. You have your next session coming up at 2. So high time that I close it here. You can all break for lunch, right? Your next session at 2 o'clock will be on English language, which will be taken up by Sylvia. And again, the same stuff, right? We have chosen some of the most difficult questions found in the graded papers, found by the students based on the students' performance, which she would be discussing, so that you can refresh your concepts and get ready for your IBPS PU exam, which is scheduled to start from the 7th of October. Those who all want me to repeat the solution, please watch the recorded video, which will be made available in our YouTube channel and also in our online programs, right? By the way, to know about all such free sessions that we do, and I mean, this is not really a free session, right? I mean, we also do a lot of paid sessions, but if you want to keep yourselves updated about all the latest patterns, and you want to be notified about such sessions, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep yourselves updated. Okay, thank you once again for joining us. Let's break for lunch. I hope all of you have enjoyed. Please share your valuable feedback. We will meet again at 2 o'clock with your session number 4 as a part of the IBPS Pure Refresher series brought to you by Govt and TalentSprint. Please have your lunch, take some rest, and join us back at 2 p.m. Take care, and I'll see you all in your next session, which will be on quantitative aptitude next week, right? But immediately next session is on English language at 2 o'clock. So be there. Thank you once again. Take care.